why do we do the awareness of the breath? Well, the breath is a really good subject for meditation because it's always happening, it's always changing, and we can experience it from the inside. That is it, we kind of experience the sensations of breathing directly as part of the sensation of our bodies. And we can make the breath the central focus of a meditation, and this has the effect of kind of settling and kind of integrating all other aspects of our experience, the thoughts, the feelings, memories, around this kind of central element. And we can develop a direct relationship with whatever is happening. So whatever mood we're in or whatever we're distracted by becomes clearer against this kind of central element which we're developing sensitivity towards. And that can deepen us into absorption. So this process of moving from distraction to absorption happens by us directing our mind towards the sensation of breathing, so that our minds become more kind of tuned and subtler and attuned to these kind of finer sensations of the breath. But it's really not always easy to do that. Often we're so distracted and caught up in our thinking so that it's hard to settle into breathing meditation. So there's these 4 stages which progressively help us towards steadying and kind of directing our awareness towards the breath. And there's also a preliminary stage which can help us act as a kind of a buffer between our everyday mind and what we're trying to do, this more subtler mind that we're cultivating in the meditation. The stages of the meditation are as follows. This preliminary stage is a way of kind of settling ourselves into the meditation. You can start this by just becoming aware of the weight of your body and its contact with the ground, and then you move through the different parts of your body, feeling the sensations that are present, and seeing if you can kind of relax any holding on and contraction that you feel in the body. And body awareness can be a short meditation just on its own and can be practiced really anywhere. So on the bus or at work or in the garden. And directing your attention this way for a couple of minutes can really help you to settle, including as this kind of preliminary settling into meditation. So with the first stage of the mindfulness of breathing, what you're doing is you're using counting to anchor yourself to the breath. So we count after the out breath. So after each out breath, we place a count silently in our minds, and we keep that count quite quiet. So we breathe in and we breathe out, and then we count 1. We breathe in, we breathe out, and we count 2, and we do that so on up to 10. And if you get lost in the counting or you reach 10, you just start again at 1. Even if you overshoot, you just start again at 1. So we try to keep, as I say, the counting quite quiet so that it doesn't dominate, and we can direct the majority of our attention towards the sensations of the breath and use that as the central focus. So in the second stage, you move into changing the counting to anticipate the breath. You count 1 and then you breathe in and breathe out. You count 2, you breathe in and you breathe out. You count 3, you breathe in and breathe out, and so on. And if you reach up to 10, you start back at 1. If you lose count, you start back at 1. If you overshoot, you just start back at 1. So just this process to kind of starting again. And you try to keep the quite kind of quiet, as I said in the last stage, and keep the breath, the whole cycle of the breath as the central focus. In stage 3, you drop the counting, and now you just concentrate on the breath wherever you feel it most in the body. You concentrate where you feel it most vividly, most acutely in the body, and you just try and stay with the sensations of the cycle of the breath in that area. Okay, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to subtly move our minds into more, we move our minds into more subtle connection with the sensations of the breath. So in the fourth stage, what you're doing is you're just noticing where the breath enters and exits the body. So you try to bring the whole body into awareness, and then rest your kind of mind on where the breath is entering or exiting the body. And that might take a little while to notice and to kind of bring your mind into the subtlety of the breath where it enters and exits the body. So you do that for a defined period. You do that for a period with stages, a certain amount of time roughly allocated to each stage. And then after the fourth stage, this stage where you're just noticing the breath enter and exit in the body, well, then you just let go of all your effort. You just let go of all of your effort and just sit with the effects of the meditation. Not trying to do anything in particular. The last thing I say is that when that draws to a close and you come out of the meditation, it's probably a good idea not to rush into the next activity. So not to rush into kind of looking at your phone, looking at your laptop, getting into an animated discussion. Just take some time to kind of reintegrate back into your everyday life, and then you'll really start to feel the benefits of the meditation that you've just been having.